Okay. God, I can't believe him. So, the politically correct thing to tell young people is to not play games. I was just giving advice to somebody, and there's this guy that, you know, basically he's treating her like a second option. He's kind of into somebody else too, and but he's also into her. And I just said, I think you know what your answer is, you just don't want to hear it. And she agreed with me. And I'm not setting out to be agreed with, but with that being said, we all know the right thing to do. We all know that if a guy treats you like an option, you're not, period. So it just doesn't exist. That's not part of the equation. You get out, or you get him out. We know the rules, right? We all know the rules of what you should and shouldn't do, and yet we don't play by them, especially as young people. If you're gonna play the game, if you're gonna waste your time, because we all are guilty of doing that, play it well. Learn the rules and make them work for you. I'm not going to go into detail because I don't want to make this channel about that. I really don't. About like getting people to like you and games and that, like, that's just not what I want to be about. But I feel like I have the right to say, or I have the duty and responsibility to say to my young viewers, my friends, my sisters out there, that if you're gonna play the game, don't be afraid of getting burned. Have some good fucking friends around you that will have your back no matter what. I will also very importantly put in there, have a life. You must have a life, because if you're gonna play games, what you're doing effectively is saying to the universe, I like instability. Give me instability, okay? Now, as humans, we do require some security. We need an anchor. So even if the rest of our life is falling to pieces, we need an anchor. As a young person, typically you don't know how to, you haven't yet learned, I'm still learning, how to anchor yourself within yourself and learn how to let and accept that everything else is transient and passing. We're still very attached to home, for example. We still need a sort of external form of stability to keep us grounded. If you're messing around in your love life / sex life, you're creating instability. You need an anchor in your life. You need that. Make sure you have an anchor, because if you don't, what's going to happen is you're inviting all of this instability, all of this chaos, but sooner or later you're going to become a part of it, and you're not going to know how to get out because you have nothing to hold on to. It's very hard to get out. So if you're going to play games, play them well, but you have to look out for yourself. You have to. And that's why I'm also saying have good friends, because they'll have your back. You might hate them at times. They might hate your guts. They might be like, what the fuck are you doing? But if they're real ones, I mean, at the same time, if you're being an absolute twat and you're sucking their energy, don't hate them if they leave you. That also comes with taking responsibility for your actions. If you're being a twat and you're being emotionally abusive, I'm sorry, but I'm not going to hate your friends if they decide to up and out, because you've got to have some respect for the people that care the most about you. I guess the point of this is really to the young people, and maybe even to my future self, because I know I've done this in the past where I fucked about. I've known the right thing. Heck, I made that video a long time ago, how to be single and happy, and I've gone against my own word. Because we're human. Even if you're not young, like, you're guilty of, you are, what's the word? You are as capable of fucking shit up and doing things that you know you're not meant to do. So if that's what you're gonna do, don't be surprised if you get burned. It's no shade. I'm not judging you. I've done it. Don't be surprised if you get burnt. And if you're playing with fire, I know I'm going the opposite way here, but you need to be able to accept responsibility for it. So don't come crying. Don't come crying. If you're 16 and you're making these decisions and you come crying, well, you're not an adult. And I hope you've figured that out by now. think you're messing around thinking that you can handle it. Honey, you can't handle it, because look at you. You could be 16, you could be 26. I'm just giving an example here. But however old you are, whatever shit you're fucking with, own it. It's your shit. You handle it. Handle it well. But find an anchor. I'm saying this for your own well-being. Find an anchor. That could, for you, that could be religion. That could be your family. That could be your job. It could be a pet. You need some healthy form of stability, because if you are going to choose to invite chaos into your life, because we confuse chaos with excitement and or passion. If you're going to choose that in your life, you equally need to have a safe place to call home, I guess you could say. This one's really coming from my heart, because I've been there and I see my peers and young people getting involved in things, and I just want to like save them, but at the same time I know that A, it's not my business, B, it would deplete me, and C, they're gonna do it anyway. So consider this a message from your cool aunt or your bigger sister or your cool mom. Not a regular mom, I'm a cool mom, bring a blazer. But yeah, I hope that helps. And please, whatever you do, whatever you're doing, however old you are, stay safe. I know it's so easy to disregard that, especially if you're going through things, because usually, this is not to call you out, but I mean, I guess if I am calling you out, I'm calling myself out too. Usually people that are very okay with inviting chaos into their lives, they have a form of chaos within them that's unresolved. And again, I'm not judging, because a lot of that chaos that is within us that is unresolved is due to trauma, and I'm not gonna sit here and judge someone for trauma. And because of that, that usually comes hand in hand with having low self-esteem, low self-worth, low self-love, low self-confidence, the inability to assert oneself as a result of all of these things and realize one's self-worth. Really, really can speak from experience here. And you might not care about your safety now. You might not care about your worth now. But there may come a time in the future where you do, and you might not see that for yourself. This is getting into something else and it's a little dark and deep, but I guess the best thing I can say is, honey, I'm making this for you. I care about you. I can't care about you on a one-to-one, because that would honestly exhaust me. I don't have the ability to talk to every single one of you one-to-one, but I'm making this video because if I could show this to younger versions of me, I would, because I think she would benefit from hearing it. Care about yourself the way you care about someone you love, at least. But if you can't do that, then just care about yourself for me, please. Say no. Say no to those drugs. Say no if that person doesn't want to use protection. Say no if your gut is telling you to get out of that situation. Your safety is important. Again, like I said, it doesn't matter if you're 16, 26, 36, 46. Who am I to judge? We are humans at the end of the day. This is just clothing. It's external. We are all children. We are, you know, I've said this in a video that I filmed, I think yesterday. We're all children. Some of us have just been here longer. We are all capable, like it's natural to have fluctuations throughout life. Just because you're 60, it doesn't mean you're meant to have it all figured out necessarily. You could have like a, you know, a download and realize, oh shit, I've been doing the wrong job my whole life. You know, your family could fall apart at 75 and you're like, what the fuck, you know, like and then as a result of that, your self-esteem dips or whatever. Like, you could be in whatever circumstance, whatever situation. My job here is not to judge you for that. I want to help. Yeah. Like I said, don't be surprised if you get burned. But if I can stop you from burning your whole bloody house down, then I will. like, if we can make that burn, going with a stupid analogy, but like if we can prevent it from being a 3rd degree and just keep it at 1st degree, then I'm a happy girl. And you will be too. Not necessarily a girl, but you get what I'm saying. Right, that's it for now. I said this would be short, so that's it. Please stay safe, take care of yourself, have fun. Yeah, all right.